What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tune into Dillon. It is a great Monday in Philadelphia right now. Nice warm weather. This episode's dropping on Thursday as always, but it's not just me and Will this week. We got a guest. We've been looking, we've been searching, we found the perfect one. Lew Nichols III. How we doing, brother?
Appreciate the intro, man. I'm good. I'm doing good. How
We're
y'all?
gonna need you to bring up a little bit more energy, bro.
I mean, I'm chill, bro. I'm mellow. You need me to talk louder?
No, I'm just
You know, if I
playing,
need to
but
talk louder.
no, you're good, bro. We'll just boost your mic. It's great to have somebody, Midwest man. You are more Midwest than I am, from Michigan your whole life. You and Will are the Midwesterners here. So,
Yeah.
what was that like? What was Central Michigan like? What was the Chippewas like?
Man, I had a good time. I had a good time. When I first got there, I played a little bit in the red shirting, so that was kind of like my real down and dark times, just red shirting. First time, playing, but not actually playing in the game. Still got to practice and do everything. But that was really my only. Well, my last year was a little tough too, but I had a good time. Looking back on it, I missed college so much, and I never thought it'd go by so fast. I thought I was gonna be in college forever.
So
But
you grew up in Michigan, right? In Chippewa?
I grew up in Detroit,
Oh, in Detroit. Okay, okay.
2 hours
Um,
south of Mount Pleasant.
nice. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, that's cool. There's like 10 different schools that offer scholarships in Michigan. Like,
Yeah.
what's the process in recruiting in like from Detroit and stuff like that? Because I know it gets kind of
What
wild
was
in
your
that
What
aspect.
was your dream school?
Alabama was my dream school. Just because the running backs, all the great running backs. I mean, when I first started watching them, they had Mark Ingram and then Trent Richardson, and, the list goes on. So I always wanted to go to Alabama just because the way they ran the ball. But once I got older, kind of see how my recruiting process is going, I'm like, man, I'm just trying to go somewhere I could play, not necessarily worry about the logo. But
Mm,
recruiting in Michigan, I mean, it was stressful, not gonna lie. I went to a big kind of powerhouse in Detroit, Cass Tech, and recruiting was kind of stressful, bro, because it felt like it was just, I don't know, it felt like it all mattered so much when really the only thing mattered was getting to a good situation, getting that opportunity and making the most of it. You got all these different schools, all these different coaches. You're a high schooler trying to figure out life, but all that ever mattered was the right opportunity and the right timing, and I feel like that's what I had at Central. So, um,
and
yeah,
you were born though. Like you say, oh yeah, I just went to Central. You were born.
yeah, I'm humble, man. I'm humble, but that's what I'm
Nah,
saying. It's a good opportunity though, because
yeah.
I had bigger offers coming out of high school. I had Power Five, but the vibe I was getting where they were looking at me like, if we don't get this guy, then we'll bring you in. It's like, you kind of giving me, sideways view. You being honest. That's how
Mm.
you view me. But it's like, man, Central, they called me every day. To the point where I was like, man, they bothering me. Like they just don't let me go a day without hearing from them. So it was like that's just really where I ended up going, just because how hard they recruited me. And then you look, one year I was getting the ball 30, 40 times, and that's the opportunity I'm talking about. You don't need to be at a Power Five program just to wear the helmet and you don't got no film. Go to where you can play and get film, and then the scouts gonna evaluate it and determine if they need you on their team. So it's not that simple, but it's pretty much that simple.
Yeah, I mean that was very well put. I mean that's just, I
Yeah,
mean essentially the blueprint right there. Cause I
yeah.
was just about to ask, like, what was the process like? Obviously, you're there's like Will said, there's a bunch of schools in Michigan. You got University of Michigan, like Northern Michigan, all these different
You got
schools,
Ferris State and all those schools too.
and like when you're getting ready to go to the next level, obviously playing in the league. And you're going to, like you said, you don't need to go to a Power Five school. You just need to have that tape. Like, what was that draft process like for you? Like, what did you, like, when you were getting ready to train? Kind of like, what was your focus on? Obviously, you had the tape, you had the numbers, you had the stats, but like, what was your big, like, I'm gonna go prove this, like, to get drafted?
I think my biggest thing was like the 40. They wanted to see how fast I was.
Slow as hell.
Nah. That comment right there let me know that I'm really not that slow. Because if I really was, you'd be trying to pick me up. Like, damn, bro, you'll be all right.
Just be you.
Uh, but yeah, I guess like my 40 was, but I never really too much worried about like all the t-shirt and short stuff. I know that's just gonna come a time where everybody hyped about that. And come preseason, the past come on, everybody gonna be hyped about that. And regular season, playoff, Super Bowl. So it's like whatever process you win, you just gotta make the most of it. But it's gonna come and go. So I just want to run fast, run as fast as I could, and yeah, I guess that was really the main thing they wanted to see was my 40.
The 40. Yeah, everybody always wants to see the 40.
Yeah, this is just exciting. You know what I mean? Everybody want to see how fast you are. Don't nobody want to. Everybody forget about the yards you just ran for and the touchdowns and stuff. It's like, man, but
So you did have a record-breaking season, did you not? At Central Michigan.
yeah. Actually, I came in second in all-time Central Michigan rushing. What's the rushing record for the individual season? I was like maybe 40 yards. But far as the country that year, 2021, definitely was number one.
I'm a big fan of the draft. You guys got to live it. Obviously you got drafted by the Packers, 7th round, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, 7th round. Obviously when a running back gets drafted, or any player actually that is to your team, you want to go like watch their highlights and all that stuff. That's always fun, especially when it's a running back position. You're all pumped up and get to see somebody run somebody over, and it's like, hell yeah, he's going to be in green, yellow, or an eagle now, I guess you could say. But anyway, what was that process for you? It's different for everybody. I think the stories that come from it, it's stressful times, it's exciting times, but everything that comes with it is different for everybody. Could you talk a little about your journey?
Yeah. I really wasn't stressed until I want to say day 2, day 3 of the draft, because that's when I was like, all right, I could be in California, I could be in Florida, I could be here around Detroit where I've been my whole life. I could be, so that was really kind of weighing on me. It was like, man, damn, I might have to get up and move and go somewhere I've never been. But as far as everything else, I mean, it was a pretty much fun draft, really, because it was kind of just like, you interviewing with all these different teams, and then I had a couple top 30 visits. So I'm just going to different facilities, seeing different players. And at this point, I'm still a college kid, so I remember when I went to the Broncos, I'm like, man, that's Russell Wilson. He was still with the Broncos around that time. I was like, man, that's Russell Wilson. When I took my visit to the Packers, this was before A-Rod went to the Jets. So I'm seeing his locker. I'm like, man, that's Aaron Rodgers' locker. So like, I was still kind of just like in that fan stage. So that part was fun. I really wasn't stressed until it was like, all right, I'm getting a call from this team, from that team, trying to see if I'm going to draft it. And then all of that just went to the side when Green Bay called me and drafted me. So it really wasn't stressful until like the last 48 hours. I was like, man, where am I finna go? That was my whole aspect, really.
So walk us through a little bit. I mean, obviously, you played with AJ for a little bit for the Packers. I think it was in some unfortunate circumstances with injuries, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
And then you ended up with the Eagles. I'm not like, hey, what was that like? But what was going on with you, man? I never
Yeah.
really understood the full story.
Well, so I say I'll start basically when I came out of college, when I declared. Like I said, I went on top 30 to Green Bay, so I knew there was some interest there. They ended up drafting me, and I ended up doing a little bit of like OTAs. Like this point we're in right now with OTAs and the off-season training, I ended up doing a little bit of that. But I had a hamstring injury that I suffered during my training for the draft and the combine and all that stuff. So I really wasn't 100%. And then, as a rookie, you just come in and everything is, 100 miles per hour, trying to prove yourself. You got to practice, and then you still trying to adjust. So I never really could just sit back and heal my hamstring until I want to say that towards the end of OTAs, I kind of just like finished. And then we went off into summer break, and then I was fine. I was training, and then came to training camp. I feel like I had some real good practice, especially when we put the pads on. And then like a week before the first preseason game, I ended up having a shoulder injury. So that kind of really just derailed my chances. And I ended up getting cut at the end of training camp, going back home, rehabbing my shoulder. And literally the day I got cleared, the Eagles called me. Either the day I got cleared or the next day I got cleared. They called me, flew me out to Philadelphia, worked out, had a little private workout. They liked what they saw and they signed me. So it was really a stressful process, but not really because, literally the day I got cleared, I had another opportunity. So I was really fortunate, honestly, especially to end up with a team like the Eagles.
Yeah, you got a ring now.
Facts. Bro, you talked about some of the training camp moments. I remember, like, it was unfortunate that, you ended up, you were like, dang, where's Lew at? And then, now you're on the Eagles and stuff, so it's cool being back with you. But I remember, bro, there was one stiff arm. We did, like, a gold period, and it's, like, all the, like, younger guys, rookies, maybe year 1, year 2, whatever. They do, like, a little tackle during training camp at the end of the thing. And I remember Lew's gets like a little toss to the outside, makes a guy miss, he's running. And like we don't really say like, you're not supposed to like stiff arm defense, but like the defense always trying to like tee off on you. So you gotta protect yourself, right? And Lew I want to say it's a DB, I forget who it was. And he takes him by the helmet, and I said like put him in the ground, and all of us were like, oh, and we watched that like during that training camp all day, every day on film. Like I remember like Coach Stenham like, this is how you run the ball. This is how you run it every day. It's like we need to see more of this. I remember there was a day we were looking at the film and we're going over like coaches go what you did wrong, what you did right. And it was just one of those dog days at camp. Everybody's messing up. We had bad snaps. We had guys dropping the ball. Defense was offside, whatever. And so they put up like what we did wrong. It was this whole list, like 2 pages of PowerPoint. And then it was what we did right. And it was just a picture of Lew's face. Lew was the only thing. Everybody else was trash. It was just Lew. I've never seen that.
I remember that day, bro. I remember that day. That was a good day. That was like I said, one of my better practices, and that was like a week before the first preseason game, bro. I was so hurt, dog. Oh my goodness, I was so hurt. Like physically, I was hurt, but I was like, yeah. Are you serious? But no, that's crazy. You tell that story. I remember that day.
That's something I will never forget. What did we do right, Lew?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, dang, but I ain't gonna lie, my mentality going into that practice was I knew it was a dog day. You in the locker room getting dressed before practice, you hearing guys talk, you seeing dudes, body language. So I'm like, everybody kind of tired. This would be the perfect time for me not to be tired, easier said than done. But I definitely, took that mentality going out into the field today. Like I know dudes is just trying to get through the day. So now I'm really finna lean on them and yeah, I remember that. That still was crazy.
Yeah. Bro, you're full of good advice. I was gonna ask like what advice you give to the youngins, but I mean you talked about the smaller school. You talked about them dog days, some tough days to go out to practice. Is kind of like having that mental fortitude.
Bro, you in the locker room with dudes. You know how dudes.
I know. Like they say misery breeds company, and like you get a couple guys in the locker room, especially during camp when everybody's sore, everybody's hurting. You get and I've fallen victim and be like, man, bro, like you got another day. Like I can't wait till the weekend. It's like, all right.
That's just how like the chip that's always been on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? I had offers, but 3-star kid, Central Michigan, 7th round draft pick. So it's like, oh, you tired? Bet I was tired, but since you tired, now I'm really dig deep because hey, if I put something good on film, a lot of coaches can trust me. Now they, be more willing to put me in and leave me out there. So that was really just my mindset, really. So.
Yeah, and I feel like it's still your mindset, like not to be like sitting here glazing, but like honestly, I mean, like like you know, and like you can speak to this a little bit because I mean, the majority of the people who listen to this are Packer fans, and now Eagle fans are coming over, and then our friends and our family. But everybody loves football, and so like talk a little bit like you have that mindset. We can see like the passion you have for the game, but also just like working hard. Like, what is it like? Being on the P squad, you're on a Super Bowl team, but like you have that mentality where it's like, I'm going to outwork. I am like, when you're on the P squad, like most people don't know the process. Like you're at practice, at everything, every meeting, you're doing all the little stuff that like goes unseen and you don't get to play in the game. Like you want to talk about like having mental strength. You know what I'm saying? Like talk about that and just kind of like, what you need, because a lot of people have no idea. When I tell people like, or somebody's like, oh, do you know like my nephew plays, I'm like, yeah, like he was on the P squad, like, and they're like, what's that? I'm like, y'all don't know what really goes on in the locker room. Like
They only know about the first rounders and the top guys, which is cool because it's a business, but just my personal experiences on practice squad, it's I really don't have too much, complaints because it's a blessing at the end of the day. Like you really right there, you really injury away, from someone being, somebody had a concussion this week, somebody broke the ankle, somebody not feeling well. Now you taking reps, now you getting out there, special teams, whatever. But yeah, people really don't know, and I didn't know. I always heard about practice squad, but I mean, you really, I guess every place is different though. But being in Philly, you really do everything but play on Sunday, like AJ said. Like you honestly probably work harder during the week because you're practice squad. So practice is your game. You're taking every running back. I'm taking every running back rep to help get defense ready for that game. We playing the 49ers. I'm at practice with a red 23 on, and I'm supposed to be McCaffrey for the entire week. Not just one day, not just one period, the entire week. So, those little GPSs we wear, they would come up to me and say, like, but you got the most yards ran just because you running, up and down the field all day. Then you got to go out to special teams. And then, it's really just like that's your game, you know what I mean? But I mean, really looking at hindsight, really ain't too much to complain about, bro. You getting paid, for it. More than you ever been paid. What I mean?
That's what I was gonna bring up, honestly, because I played college ball, D3 up in St. Thomas, and I was Scout Team Player of the Year. So like I was, put the jersey on and go represent. Christian McCaffrey. No, not Christian McCaffrey. He didn't play D3, but you know what I mean. Like, but like, sometimes they always ask me like, oh, like this kid like loves a spin move, like, or he's always forcing the cutback because they put me at running back and receiver too. So it'd be like, is there a favorite player that you've been able to like emulate or like have to like force moves in? Like scout team during the week or anything like that, or I get to run a sluggo this week, or like anything like that kind of excited you and you are like, damn, I could really step up my angle routes in this this league.
Yeah, really. I would say McCaffrey, but they only put me on like one option route. They put me on like one option route out the slot. It was a McCaffrey route, but I don't even think the quarterback do it to me. But I would say, like, it's all game plan. I think when we played the Bills, I had to be Cook. James Cook, I just caught the ball a lot out the backfield. Obviously some runs, but a lot more catching. But no, it hasn't been too much. I just always just try to just keep my feet moving. Like, even if first D lineman get back there, to tag you off, the linebackers and safety still need work. So keep my feet moving. Make a move on the linebacker, make a move on the safety, whatever, But at the same time, you really just getting yourself better. You running the similar plays. You out there with really probably the second string O line and the second string quarterback. So you really still getting your work. And like I said, you're really one play away, one guy going down, and okay, now we need you to go on special teams. We need you third down. So you really just as part as a team as anybody else, in my opinion.
And the other thing, for whatever reason, you're not touching on is the fact that you gotta run, and they know where it's going. They're game planning for all year, and you're running against your starting defense. Like, bro, I remember being in Green Bay like my first 2 years, especially that first year when it was Jamal and Aaron there. And I just got drafted and I'm out there. Like, I had to take all them scout team reps, bro. Scout team came out, that was my time. And, bro,
Everybody.
our O-line's like Swiss cheese when you're out there. You know what I'm saying? You just, and the coach is like, finish first. Like, the safeties need work. You got to keep going. So you might make 1-2 cuts in the backfield, another cut in the linebacker level, and they're holding you up, tugging at the ball, and you still got to run so the safeties can tag on. Then you got to get back to the huddle, get the call, go again.
One defense just throwing haymakers at the football.
Literally,
They need to chill with that, by the way. It's not really. I mean, I don't know if those reps really helping that much. Like,
I remember my rookie year, I would, you know, like I said, try to go out there and do my work, and then Fletcher Cox, he would just get mad and just literally just grab me, so I couldn't run anymore. Just like bear hug me, just grab me up. And I'm like, damn, I gotta relax. So like, that's like one of my funniest stories from my rookie year. Because like you said, it is the starting defense. So Slay, all of them used to be out there. I'm like, man, this is crazy. But yeah, no, that used to be fun out there with them.
Yeah, bro. I think like you kind of touched on it. Like, you got to figure out too, like, how to practice like a pro, like, especially as you get older in the league. And like, I remember a funny story thinking about something like that. Is like my rookie year, I'm out there, and I want to say we were doing like goal line scenarios, a red zone day, and we're doing like an inside zone to score a touchdown. I'm like, these are my reps. I got to show the coaches that I can score. Really, they're just trying to see the defense like get in their spots. But I'm like, this is my shot. And so I get this ball, and I'm like full steam ahead, like driving, like diving like into the end zone, and like the D line's like looking at me like, bro, what are you on? Like, we got a game to play in 2 days. You trying to take us out? I'm like, my bad, bro. I blacked out. I had the ball. I saw the goal line. I had to get in there.
Yeah, sometimes I wish they would understand what position we in. Like, I remember last year with Chauncey, the safety, Gardner Johnson. I think I had ran like a wheel route, and I had caught it and made a move. He was like, no, don't do that. You doing too much. I'm like, I can't work on my game. Like, if I take it too easy, I'm gonna be out of here. You got time and a guaranteed contract to mess around at practice.
I need some flash plays, man. I need some flash plays.
I don't need no rep of them saying Lew look nothing. He looked good.
Yeah,
so I need every rep. That's just my mentality.
Nah, bro, they don't play. Speaking of not playing, bro, Philly does not play about their parking. I don't know if you got your car out here, bro, but I got towed last week.
You got towed?
I got towed, bro.
Sounds like a me story.
Bro, we went to eat at this spot, and I don't know it's called Zahav. It was a good Mediterranean or Middle Eastern. I'm not exactly sure what the right way to say the cuisine is, but it was a great meal. And sorry to get a reservation and stuff, so it was great that we got in. But we parked. There's the pole, you can imagine, like, where it says like you can't park past this. I got a big old Suburban now. So it's like if this mic is a pole and like you got to be on that side, like I'm like 3 feet over, but like my car starts over there. And I'm like, I'm thinking about it, but it's the only spot we're running late. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just park here. I take a picture of the thing, I pay the like parking spot, put in my license plate, and I'm like, I paid for the spot. Like maybe they'll give me a ticket. Bro, I go in, we eat. I'm talking hour and a half dinner. Not like we're not sitting there. Like, we had a babysitter. We had to get back. I walk outside. Gav's like, where's your car? I'm like, come on, like that's funny, you know? And I'm looking. I'm like, there's another car parked where I was parked, but like a smaller car. I'm looking at it. I'm like, ain't no. I'm like, all right, maybe they moved it. There's a hotel next to it. Maybe they moved it. I'm like, bro, what? And we go to the hotel and they have a valet. And I asked the lady, I'm like, my car was at? She was like, oh, by the sign? I was like, yeah. She was, oh yeah, you're towed. I'm like, what? They're like, oh yeah, they do this. I kid you not. I kid you not. So we walk outside and there's in the spot that I was at. There's a traffic cop or whatever, the guy with the parking ticket cop. He's giving a ticket to the guy that's in the spot that I was just at. That's above the line too. And he's like, yeah, you just can't park here. It's like it says you can't. And so they're arguing. I'm like, hey, man, like, where's my car? He's like, oh, yeah, they towed it, but you just go to this lot. Bro, so me and my wife post dinner now. Like, we're ready to go back, you know, have a nice night. We got an Uber across town to the parking lot. They're talking like, can I get your insurance card? Like all the stuff that's inside my car, your registration. So I'm giving them all this information. I go to walk. I'm at the very back of the lot. This is a city lot. It's deep. No drive. Like I gotta walk all the way, and it's like they're like it's dark out now, and there's a bunch of people out there waiting for their cars for whatever reasons. And they're like, only the driver. So I got to leave my wife out by this gate with all these. Like, I'm just like, bro, what? And so I go down there. I got to get the registration from inside the car, come back, do it. They run it. This whole big thing. And then I'm like, all right, I'm paid. I paid my ticket. I'm good. I show them. They're like, all right, only the driver. I'm like, bro. And it's like a good 5-minute walk down there. Like, it's far. But, yeah, so don't play with Philly parking is the moral of the story.
Yeah,
Noted.
whenever I go downtown, I usually catch a ride. So
Yeah, don't play, man. I learned my lesson, bro. I will be parking in only white line spots.
yeah, that's terrible, bro. That's unfortunate that happened. To
It was tough, but hey,
really,
welcome.
the fact that they keep talking about some only the driver, that's where I would have got.
I'm like, come on, bro. Like, nah.
That's crazy.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, there's some characters out there too. I'm like,
What part of Philly was it in? Do you know?
I don't know my parts of Philly yet, but I like Philly, man. That's my only unfortunate experience, and I guess that one was on me. But that's everything else in Philly I've been enjoying, bro. It's been fun. I do got to get to a Wawa. Have you been to Wawa, Lew?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay. So this would be perfect. So
I had some Wawa yesterday or 2 days ago, but it's like a regular. You can get some water and be like,
that's Wawa water.
Yeah, literally.
Is it better? Is it better?
Nah,
I'm interested, bro. For real.
The actual Wawa, I feel like, you got to try to really say you have Wawa as like the food from the station,
This
like
is perfect.
I couldn't tell you. It had to be some type of sandwich or some type of like wrap, but it was good though. Like I loved it. I love Wawa.
Have you been to Quick Trip?
Quick Trip, yeah, because they got like their own, like, well, I've never really been in a Quick Trip. I'm thinking of like Speedway. Like Wawa has its own menu, like they do.
How often have you eaten at Wawa though? Like, is it? We actually had a segment on here because I wanted to talk about Wawa, and this weekend I tweeted some about Wawa, and now I got all of Philly telling me their best recommendations. So I'm about to get into that, but I was expecting you to be like, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but you seem passionate about this, so you got to tell me, like, you didn't go just one time. You just tried to say, oh, I went one time and got a sandwich. When I said Wawa, you jumped out your seat. That was the biggest smile I've seen on you all day. So tell me what the order is, big dog.
I like Wawa, but I couldn't tell you what I had. I have to look at my order, but it was like 2 different sandwiches. And when people start giving their suggestions,
It was one sandwich the first time.
it was 2 different ones. You got to try some of this, try something else. But like when people make suggestions, you got to kind of just take it with a grain of salt, because somebody may like this, and like no matter where it's from, you don't like that. So like I go with what I normally like. Like I'm like chicken, some cheese, maybe a little lettuce, some pesto. It's kind of like a lot of little stuff you can kind of customize.
Is it like a Subway setup, kind of?
Yeah, but they got different than just a regular, Subway sandwich. They got like hoagies and, like they really do sandwiches out here. And I don't even want to get the name of them and messing them up, but like you got hoagies, you got, yeah, bro, you'll have to look. Like you go on there.
Nah, bro, they got so much, bro. Like, let me tell you, they got hoagies. You got a hoagie. Hey, so this worked out perfect though. So I tweeted, I was talking food. One of the rooks that just got drafted in Green Bay was asking like for the food spots and stuff like that. And so I just sent him some Green Bay recommendations. But somebody said you got to just get to a Wawa when you get to Philly. I'm like, all right, well, and I quote tweeted, I'm like, all right, Philly, what's the Wawa must have? And so I'm talking, you got hundreds of replies. The one of the number one things was called the gobbler.
That consists of.
I don't know what it consists of, bro. Did people just liked it and said the gobbler? The gobbler, apparently it's only around during Thanksgiving, so we might have to wait a little bit. But multiple people said it. At first I thought it was a joke. At first I thought I was getting trolled. But it must be a limited edition, like when the Shamrock Shake comes back to McDonald's, it must smack. Wawa, they tweeted, they said you can't go wrong with the Italian hoagie. So that might have been the one you had. I think that's like their classic joint. Classic John.
Be careful. You playing, but keep visiting out. You gonna start talking like that. I'll be doing it all the time.
Hey, I'm trying to be cultured.
Bro, I
Maybe I
pulled
can
up
talk my way out of a ticket.
I pulled up the gobbler.
It's gonna happen whether you want it to or not. Keep going out visiting places and meeting, people from Philadelphia. You're gonna end up adding one or two things naturally.
Water.
Hey, bro, what's in the gobbler, Will? What's in the gobbler?
The gobbler's crazy. It's well, obviously hot turkey, gravy, stuffing, and cranberry sauce all on it. It's like all one hoagie sandwich.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds so good.
I'm a big Thanksgiving food guy. Like, that's my favorite holiday food. I love it.
That's your favorite holiday or
holiday food?
Okay, understandable.
Well, what's yours? Anybody got any different?
I would add some to the sandwich.
I mean, I like barbecue food. Maybe like a nice little Juneteenth holiday. Yeah,
holiday. Okay, like a cookout. All right, like cookout, okay, or July 4th or something.
Memorial Day. Got Memorial Day coming up.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. I thought you were just gonna leave it at just barbecue. Just like I like a different type of cuisine.
Nah. I mean, I love Thanksgiving though. I love.
Will's an Easter food guy.
Big brunch guy over here.
Yeah.
No, not entirely. I like Christmas time. Doing a steak for Christmas. I think that's always, or the prime rib. That's always my favorite.
Definitely during the winter too. That make the steak and the whole vibe just feel better.
I agree.
Yeah, that's that Midwest right there.
Hell yeah, meat and potatoes.
Did you see? You've been watching Sports World lately, Lew?
Yeah.
You seen that Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese drama?
Yeah, I actually have seen it. I mean, what'd you say?
I was gonna say, what's your take? Is that a good take, foul?
I mean, it was, good physicality. I play football, so it's like sometimes I be seeing a foul. I'm like, bro, that wasn't a foul. But I mean, I think it was good. And then the way Angel Reese responded, I mean, it's like you can't get fouled hard and then get up like nothing happened. First game of the season, people just gonna think you sweet. You know what I'm saying? So regardless if you fouled her hard or not, you gotta kind of get up like, nah, wrong one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on Caitlin's side, it's like, just playing ball. You see how she walked up? She's like, well, damn, my fault. I ain't know it was that, So I understand both parties, honestly.
Yeah. You do need good pop-up game in any sport. Right? The pop-up game. You like for instance, like for those who don't know what I'm talking about, like if you get hit on the sideline, everybody's gonna. At some point, you're playing sports, contact sports. Somebody's gonna get you. So if you're running down the sideline as a running back, you don't see somebody, your feet end up in the air, and you just gotta hop up real quick. You might be hurting or whatever, but you got to pop up. Pop-up game got to be strong. Yeah. Don't stay down there unless you're hurt. But like if you're not, you get up.
Get up and be like, hey, it's gonna take much more than that. So I understand. For real. That's just.
I know it's just a good competitive play. People are blowing it up out of proportion. To be honest with you, it's like it was a hard foul. Like so what? And then like Angel Reese, like talk your shit. Like you can't just sit there and take that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully it'll blow over by the time that somebody else plays another game.
People love the drama between those two. I don't really get it, to be honest with you. It's just it is what it is. I guess it's just competitors going at it. Same draft class, like
Definitely from them college years playing at in college in the Final Four and stuff. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I guess
it's really good for the sport.
It is. I agree.
Hey, you see stuff in the NBA. Like I'm just saying, as far as entertainment, everybody knows professional sports is entertainment. You see all the stuff, the shenanigans that goes on sometimes in the NBA. Remember that dude from the Pistons who was like trying to like running through multiple people to get to Braun, I think.
Oh yeah.
But you remember that? But like, hey, WNBA, everybody's watching. Like now people are talking like, shoot, like what do you guys think is gonna happen? Like I'm peaked. My interest is peaked. I couldn't tell you. I've maybe watched like 5 WNBA games like before like these last 2 years, but now like if it's on, I'll put it on for a little bit or something. Catch the highlights at least.
Definitely South Carolina women's basketball too.
Oh, March Madness. I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm on everything. March Madness.
Baby
Don't matter.
Baby hooping.
No, I feel like that's all sports. So like, once a little physicality gets involved, Americans just feed off that. Like the Four Nations. Do you guys remember that hockey game that when like
Yeah.
they fought Canada like right out the gate, and then like it was like the most watched hockey game, and it was for an All-Star game, like USA versus Canada. It's like crazy. So I guess it's just what we just feed off of all the time. It's just like that's why we love football so much.
It's all funny games so they make
Bring the content, man.
pickleball.
Bring the content.
It's all funny games so they make contact pickleball, bro.
Oh,
You ever play pickleball, Lou?
Nah, but I want to. I want to play like because that's different than like tennis though. Way different.
It is. It is. I would
Is
say
it smaller and bigger
it's
boards?
smaller. It's smaller. I would say it's like ping pong and tennis, like met in the middle. Like it's a good workout. Will's a professional, so let him speak on it. But
I'm not a professional, but I did hit AJ with some spin that caused a couple
bro.
whips. No, hey.
hey, first out here, bro. All I'm saying is, bro, the rate of which I got better is a generational run, and so
Exponential.
Generational.
Generational.
I can be the LeBron James of pickleball.
We just gotta get your serve right,
I can
dude.
be the Messi of pickleball. Just give me time, bro. I played so I did when we were back in Green Bay. My foundation, Dillon Family Foundation, we put together with a bunch of other sponsors and stuff in Appleton. We did pickleball for a purpose, and it was a great cause. And we had some kids there, and were able to raise a lot of money and do some good in the community. But we were playing. This is like my first time playing, so I'm hitting around. I'm like, yo, Will, this is kind of fun. I know Will plays, so I'm like, Will, let's stay here and like let's keep playing. He's like, the event's done. He's like, I know a spot. That's why I said he's a professional. Will's like, I got a spot to play. I'm like, all right, let's go. And we pull up to this spot. Bro, it's called the Pickler in Green Bay. There, you cannot see in this. So I'm looking, we pull up to the parking lot. I'm like, bro, is it closed? I see no lights on. He's like, nah, that's just how it is. It's just how it is. You can't see in. So then you walk in, it's like all these courts, like they got food and drinks there, like in the fridge or whatever. And then like they got open court, like my park. Like you can.
Yeah, it was like 2K My Park in there.
People are like spawned outside, like, and they need one. You can just hop in, or you can reserve a court. Bro, it's serious, bro. People have
It's mad fun, man.
Their own shoes, like wrist tape, the whole shebang. But we ended up playing for like
Goggles, bro. People wearing goggles, like
bro, we
crazy.
were playing for 2.5 hours, bro. I was hooked. I'm hooked.
Dang, yeah, I gotta get out there.
No, actually, it'd be mad fun to see like NFL athletes competing in pickleball, like because you guys are like highly competitive when it comes to all this stuff, and now it's a bunch of wiffle balls and paddles.
Bro, I was charging the net. I was charging the net. You're not allowed to do that. I was like, is that in? They're like, you can't step there. I'm like, I'm over to the net spiking.
Tell them about the competition we be having in the weight room. That'd be some of the funniest fun time.
The Papa shot?
No, I'm saying in the weight room, like when we've been jumping.
Oh yeah.
What's the other machine?
We be doing what else do we do?
I can't.
We do something.
It's the Kaiser.
The Kaiser, the speed. Yeah. So that's a good point. So the one thing. Not the one thing, there's a bunch of things, but something cool that I've been really enjoying about the Eagles, and Lou's obviously been a part of it for a little bit now, is everything is a competition, but like in a good way. Like people aren't like, I can't talk to you because I lost, but it's like we're in the weight room and they'll put, and they did this in Green Bay as far as like the test. I think it's probably league wide, but to just kind of see how you are week to week, or like if you had a hard week, if you're regressing in certain areas. But you'll do like this test where your hips are on your hands and you got to just jump straight up. So you can't put any hands into it, and just measuring your time off the ground, and also the force you're putting into the ground. And they'll put up the times or the pretty much your vert on that drill and like the amount of pressure you put in up on the screen in front of everybody. So it's on there when you go, and then the top people are up there. So like while you're going through your workout, you're like, like my number got beat, or hey, I'm still at the top. And so every week you go and like you want to do better. And obviously it's fun, especially between friends. Like Lou, I'm on there today. I'm like, come on, Lou. Like, what's up? You gonna touch 5'5"? Like, what? Well, and so they do that on that, and then the Kaiser. So like we'll do squats. It's essentially like squats, but you're going for your velocity or your max explosion, things like that. And it's just fun. It's just fun. It makes it fun to work out and go hard. So it's like the analogy when people are like, I'm not a runner, but I'll play basketball all day. It's like you got your steps in, but it's a lot more fun that way.
Literally. And it's not like that everywhere, bro. Like, I've been in, running back rooms and teams change every year. So this is definitely a good running back room where we all like to compete. Some guys, everybody not like that. I just leave it at that. So it'd be fun with me and Ed get to compete like that. That's really why.
I'd love to hear that. Who's normally at the top of the leaderboard? Like, who's been killing it this offseason? Oh, it's been AJ, hasn't it?
No, it really does depend. It depends on the day, and it depends on like just
the lift,
what the exercise is. Some got like it's all over the place.
Like who's killing like bench right now? Like I'm assuming that's one too, right?
We don't do bench for that. Well, we do. Honestly, that Ben is strong as shit. I don't know how to say his last name. Ben. What is it? How you say it?
Van Sumeren.
Yeah, Ben is strong. He played linebacker and then is now like fullback, running back, like making the transition. But he's from
140-pound dumbbells.
Yeah, I thought I was doing something crazy. I was doing 120s last week. I'm like, yeah, I'm big body. I look over to my right, he's doing 140s. I'm like, I got it. Like, I'm still trying to, catch the ball later today. It's like,
last year, me, him, and Saquon was all doing like 150s, and I'm like,
yeah, just like. But that's the thing though. Like you get around guys. Like I remember, like, so and to an extent, it's like, all right, the weight's not really doing nothing. It's about getting the good reps and whatever. But then it's like, all right, well, he's lifting this. I'm gonna go lift it. Or like you had the mindset you walk in, I'm gonna take it easy today. I'm gonna still get a good work, but like I gotta run around tomorrow. Like I want to make sure like I'm good. Then you be in there like, I can't let Lou put on more weight than me. It's like, all right, I'm gonna put on another 20, and then he put on 25, and I put on 50. God. Then you go to the locker room after, and you're like, bro, my back's tight.
All for them bragging rights.
Yeah, just simply to say I got you today. But that's what makes it fun, man. We'll have music blasting and stuff like that. So it's definitely good. But yeah, bro, I sent back to pickleball. I sent you Will. I was driving home from work today, and I saw a flyer for a spot here. It's like called like Court 16 or something like that in Philly, and you can do pickleball. And so I might be in there. Might be in there getting right. Just know I'm coming back to Green Bay for a wedding. We might be at the Pickler, my boy.
Bro, I'm down, man. Let's rip it. I'd like to play out in Philly too. Next time I'm out there, I'll bring the paddle.
We get
Lou out there.
We gotta get.
I gotta ease into it. I need.
Nah, bro. You
gotta introduce me.
Just send it.
Just send it, bro.
Let me get a game. Let me get a game to where y'all can't brag. And then, like, once we get into multiple games, it's like, all right, now I'm competing.
AJ, bring him to the 16, man.
I'm just happy Lou joined us today, man. Lou is very cool, man. My boy Lou, he's always got a little something. He says he does nothing, but it's like I don't want to overstep. I'm just like, hey Lou, when you got time, bro, you let me know. Let's make something happen. My man, the man with the plan.
I'm chilling, man. We understand for the most part.
Bro, do you have a secret talent or anything? Like, obviously, like Malata. I said his name right? Jordan Malata? Mm-hmm. Yeah, bet. Just, got to always worry about people's pronunciation. But obviously, he can sing. I know, like, some dudes, like Emmanuel Wilson, like, he was nice at bowling. I'm going to be the next best thing in pickleball. Bro,
Claim it.
you gotta manifest it. And if I fall short and I'm just the best one on this call, I'll be good.
I've never lost to AJ, but yeah.
You got any good sports or anything you got? Or little talents?
Hidden talents. I don't know. I guess I haven't found them yet. I ain't really. I don't know. I'm gonna keep that optimistic vibe to it. I guess.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Well, I mean,
think
I'm
of like
I'm good at like video games with my friends and stuff, and
that's what everybody says, bro.
that's normal.
Yeah, I feel that. No, I'm saying just like everybody says they're good at video games, then you go play with them, and then they're trash, and they be like, "Nah, it's just an off day." I normally don't play like this. I'm lagging, bro.
I get on anything but Call of Duty, and I really actually not that bad at Call of Duty. I just don't have that many reps. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Too many sweats out. Too many sweats these days.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I quit painting. But nah. Lou, you watching any shows lately or movies lately? Anything people liked? We came on here. I just got a comment actually. We were talking about White Lotus a couple podcasts back, couple episodes back, and somebody was like, "I just started watching because of you guys." So, do you have any recommendations on like shows or books, whatever, like something you're into? You never know who might want to check it out.
Not really. I mean, I really haven't been watching anything. Honestly, I'm
just film.
Yeah,
just film. Or you gotta have a GOAT show or something.
Okay, yeah. So like my GOAT show is kind of like a comfort show. Like when I was growing up, I used to always watch Avatar, the Nickelodeon one. So I sometimes watch that, just for the nostalgia. But that's like one of my GOAT shows. Really, all the shows like we grew up on, or I grew up on. I don't know, AJ, he act like he's 10 years older than everybody. I got the same era, bro. But really, most of the shows I grew up on, like I was more like a Nickelodeon kid, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel. That was kind of like my main three.
Wizard, the Waverly Place.
GOAT show. That's definitely.
Yes, sir. Boy, man, what? I don't care. I'm not too tough, bro. I used to be High School Musical when that joint came out, and they had the little sing along. I'm like 7, 8. I'm on there. I'm like, hey, mom, we didn't have DVR, so I didn't catch it.
You gotta get your head in the game, man. You gotta get your head in the game.
What's the one where they was making music? Was it Let It Shine? Yeah,
Camp Rock.
No.
Camp Rock.
I think I've seen Camp Rock a couple times.
Yeah, I was like, there ain't no shame in saying you watched the movie. No shame. Princess Diaries used to go crazy too. Hey,
I don't know about that.
It went crazy. Princess Diaries is great, bro. She found her way.
I got a couple shows I watched. That was Kitty, but not Camp Rock.
That was Kitty.
Not Cheetah Girls. Not.
You never watched Cheetah Girls?
I got an older sister, so I watched it.
So it was watched.
I was walking in and out of there waiting for Teen Titans.
Drake and Josh.
Teen Titans was my show.
Bro, they need to bring Codename Kids Next Door back. Cartoon Network.
Yes. Oh, see, that's my era right there. That's like my, you know what I mean?
We're the same era, bro. I know you're a little younger than me, but
yeah, talking about Camp Rock.
Bro, what year were you born, bro?
01.
Yeah, okay. Same era. 3 years difference.
Yeah, my sister is born in 97, so. Yeah, that's
19. 19. You ever seen the memes? Somebody was saying that to we were getting ready for that catching circuit, and I overheard somebody was like, "You were born in the 1900s." I'm like, 1900, bro? Like 1900 is insane.
We probably got teammates that was born in like 05.
We do. I was talking to one.
05?
I was talking to
They got to be 20 years old.
What's the?
Yeah.
20
young Rook who's right next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but he was looking at me crazy when I was like, I said, I came out in 20. He was like, oh, really? Like, da-da-da. Like, he's thinking I came out of high school in 2020. I'm like, nah, bro, I got to the league in 20. I'm like, when did you graduate high school? He's like, 2021. I'm like, fuck. I'm old. But hey, man, no, I appreciate your time, bro. It was fun, good vibes. I know we had some technical difficulties and stuff, but like, it's good having you on. You're always welcome. Hope that you like the pod when we get it all put together. But do you have anything before we close out? You got anything you're working on? I know maybe we don't air this yet, or we do. I know you said you want to maybe start a pod, but maybe you're not there yet. You got anything going? Just like whatever you want to promote, like whatever. We'll put the links in there, or we'll put, we'll tag all your socials, all that good stuff. So
Yeah, I ain't gonna go too deep because we haven't finished everything. But yeah, definitely me and my friends, my childhood friends, we definitely starting a podcast. We all grew up playing football. I got another close friend. He plays for the 49ers. So we got, some NFL experience and we got some stories, bro. We know guys like you, AJ, Saquon, Fred Warner, McCaffrey. So like we in the thick of it, as far as this era and this process. So we definitely gonna be giving back, really some knowledge. That's really the whole point of our pod, just to give back some knowledge, man, spread some positive vibes, and um, just give back, really with the things that we know and the things that we wish we could have done over or whatever. So yeah, that's really the only thing that I'm working on. Obviously still, balling football, getting on that 53 man, getting out there on game day, really getting some real burn, going on my third year. So I feel better than ever. And yeah, that's really the only thing I'm focused on and got going right now.
yes, sir. Hey, I love it, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time, my guy, as always. And what's going to be the name of the pod? I know you'll have a big announcement, but so people can look for it when it does. What's the name going to be?
It's gonna be something about ball. It's gonna be something about ball, and just us all, just being connected. So we haven't really finalized everything, but
You're going to need something more than just ball, but
no, it ain't gonna be like,
Ball, the podcast.
Football.
Actually, low key. I mean,
ball podcast. I ain't
claim
gonna
it.
put like that. Somebody maybe already got that. I ain't gonna put that on them, but yeah, I don't know.
slow.
Bro, you're crazy. Still in the final word.
Yeah, I got you, bro. No, I appreciate it. And as always, we appreciate everybody tuning in to Dillon. It's great to have Lew here as a guest. And as always, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, listen with everybody you know. Tell them to check out the podcast. Click a link, drop a follow, all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Comment. It helps us know what we're doing good, what you like, what you don't want to hear more of, when I need to stop talking, and just, some good conversations for next time. So we appreciate you guys. Also, as always, check out the Dillon Family Foundation and see what we're doing or what we got next plan there. But thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great Thursday.